When you hear the name Anunnaki, you usually get one of two vastly different pictures. To historians, they were the High Council of Gods in ancient Mesopotamia. To internet lore, they were extraterrestrials executing complex genetic engineering on humans. To understand how those two extremes exist, we have to start around 4500 BC in what is now Iraq. A group of people known as the Sumerians built humanity's very first recognizable civilization. This clay tablet shows an early writing system called cuneiform. The Sumerians invented it. They went from wandering tribes to building massive cities, writing complex laws, and meticulously recording their history. They also developed a highly advanced mathematical system based on the number 60. It was so easily divisible that we still use it today to measure 60 seconds in a minute and 360 degrees in a circle. Yet, for all their sudden brilliance, the Sumerians refused to take the credit. They claimed their entire civilization was simply handed to them by beings of royal blood from the sky, the Anunnaki. That ancient attribution created a historical gap, and thousands of years later, people rushed in to fill it. In 1976, an author named Zecharia Sitchin published a book that retranslated those Sumerian clay tablets. He proposed that the Anunnaki gods were actually flesh and blood astronauts from an undiscovered planet in our solar system. Sitchin's work created two distinct ways to view early human history. From here on out, we will track this divide. We will look at the confirmed archaeological record in blue and Sitchin's ancient astronaut theory in purple. The debate isn't about missing artifacts. We have the artifacts. The conflict comes from how two groups can look at the exact same 5,000-year-old objects and tell two completely contradictory stories about human origins. Look closely at these sprawling, excavated stone walls. This is Eridu. The Sumerians considered it the first city where kingship descended from heaven, making it the geographical starting line for this debate. According to the purple theory, the Anunnaki came from a dying world called Nibiru. They landed on Earth specifically to establish industrial colonies in Africa, mining gold to repair their failing atmosphere. The blue fact paints a different picture. Ancient humans did mine in Africa, but for red ochre and stone, not industrial gold. And Eridu itself was built around mud brick temples designed to appease weather gods, forming the economic foundation of an early agricultural society. Then there is human evolution. Sumerian myths tell of the Agigi, lesser gods forced to do heavy labor, until they rebelled against the Anunnaki Council. The purple theory takes that myth literally. It claims the Anunnaki solved this labor strike by splicing their own DNA with Homo erectus, creating a sudden leap in human intelligence to breed a subservient workforce. The blue fact counters that the jump in brain size is a natural evolutionary step, and the myth of the Agigi is simply a metaphor for the daily struggle of agricultural labor. Natural selection is a slow, unglamorous process that leaves behind biological mysteries, like chunks of uncoded junk DNA. Modern sci-fi theories conveniently co-opt those gaps to avoid accepting the messy reality of evolution. Macro theories are only half the battle. To really understand the divide, we have to look closely at the physical stone carvings the Sumerians left behind. This carving shows a winged deity holding a handbag and pine cone, a recurring motif. The purple theory claims these are high-tech devices, life water, and a pineal gland activator. Conversely, historians identify a simple bucket and a pine cone used to sprinkle holy water. The same split happens with other Anunnaki symbols. The Sumerians frequently carved shapes that look distinctly like rockets, and their gods are almost always depicted with large wings. The Ancient Astronaut theory interprets those wings as actual jetpacks or flight suits, and reads the word Shem as a literal metal sky vehicle. The archaeological consensus reads the wings as artistic shorthand, a simple visual cue that a being belonged to the sky world rather than the Earth. When we stare at ancient art, we often project our own modern technological obsessions backward onto simple agricultural symbolism. There is a psychological concept that explains exactly why we do this. It's called pareidolia. It is a biological survival mechanism that forces the human brain to seek out familiar patterns where none actually exist. This photo was taken by NASA in 1976. For decades, theorists used these distinct facial shadows to claim the Anunnaki built a way station on Mars. High-resolution images eventually proved it was just a natural hill, but the pattern-seeking damage was done. Zecharia Sitchin's theories gained a massive following because humans are biologically hardwired to search for deliberate design inside the chaos of the universe, which is why the true value of the Anunnaki isn't found in picking a side. It doesn't matter if you see them as visiting aliens or human imagination. For the original Sumerians, these gods were the ultimate tool for survival. They provided an explanation for devastating regional floods and offered structure to the sudden, overwhelming burden of building a civilization. Today, when we look at the stars and imagine a highly advanced race traveling millions of miles to guide us, we are doing exactly what the Sumerians did 5,000 years ago. The Anunnaki's legacy is an unbroken chain of human curiosity. They show us that the desperate drive to ask where we came from and whether we are alone is the oldest human trait of all.